Look at us.
Hey,
All
hey,
pros and stuff.
we got it.
We got it. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you don't already know, I am Dawn Jett. I am the co-founder of Spruce Micro, and I am behind all the protocols that were created for all the results that you see online. We are very different from everyone else. It's not, I get asked this all the time. Is it a product? Where's your office? And like people just don't understand how we create our results. And so there's two different ways. We have both, the majority of our patients are virtual all over the United States, some international. Um, and that's the majority of the results that you see on Instagram. We also do have a local clinic in Broussard, Louisiana, where I've been seeing a lot of the same patients for some for 13 plus years. I think I've been seeing Paige for 7-ish. Yeah, it's been a long time. And so I don't talk about the in clinic much on Instagram because our books are full for one, and most of the people have been with me for so long, and so I've posted their before and after so long ago. But I have posted pages actually today to give you a reminder of what her skin looked like before. And for those of you who don't know, the way the virtual membership works or the way that virtual patients work is that they submit photos, they submit a questionnaire. The dermatologist in your state that works with us will go over your stuff. We will go over your stuff, and we create customized skincare protocols that work for your skin. We go through skin strengthening, skin correctives, and then maintenance. And then for our in-clinic patients, they come in for microneedling, and their protocols are a little bit different because they're doing treatments and skincare, whereas our virtuals are doing just skincare. So the skincare protocols are a bit different because those skincare protocols are taking the place of the treatment. So I'm going to let Paige give us a little background about her skincare, or her not skincare, her skin journey with pigment and just different things. So I'll let you take it away.
Thanks for having me. I feel like I had such a long road with my skin. Just because the majority of my life I wasn't happy with my skin. I always had to have my face on when I left the house, right?
Mhm.
And it was because my skin just wasn't great. I didn't have good skin texture. I had some acne. I had a lot of milia. I had a lot of pigment. It just wasn't pretty. And for the first time in my life, it is now. It's beautiful because of
Yes.
Spruce Micro, and only because of that. And so I stalked you on Instagram. I knew you before, right? When you had your other spa, I was a
Mhm.
client, but I stalked your pigment pictures on Instagram and Facebook for probably years before
Mhm.
I jumped in it, to start seeing you just for the skincare and the pigment. And I wish I'd done it a million years ago, but I just kept thinking to myself, like, I can't believe this is real. Like this
Mhm.
isn't real.
Mhm.
And it is, like, very, very quickly it is, because what always blows my mind is when I started on my skin journey with you, I was seeing another esthetician. I was literally using the same skincare products that
Mhm.
you were using and had completely different results.
Mhm.
Um, no results. And I was seeing them for years, and I really didn't have any results whatsoever,
Mhm.
until I started with you. And you're like, these are the products. And I'm like, I have literally every single one of these. Don't need to buy any today. I have them all. And you're like, this is what you're going to do with them. And I'm like, okay. And you're like, you're going to do it. And I'm like, okay, I will. And I
Yeah.
did.
It's all in how you use it. I mean, I can have a bunch of workout equipment too and use it all the wrong way, which I
Mm-hmm.
probably would because I don't, I'll say it all the time. I'm not in shape and I don't know anything about working out.
Yeah.
But it is very much the same thing. Like if you don't know how to use it, and it's all about putting it together and curating that protocol just for you. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the key for us, and you can correct me if I'm wrong with how it was with you, is that we're changing that protocol as your skin is changing.
Yeah.
And so we start off with skin strengthening. And then as that, next time you come in, your skin's stronger and it doesn't need the same thing that it needed last month.
Right.
So then we start doing correctives. And then so every single time you come in, we're not necessarily changing the products. We are just changing the way that you're using them.
Hmm.
And then the skin just keeps changing. And then you go into maintenance um, and then tell us about, because I know you don't stay inside all the time. Because people think
No,
like,
no,
there's this
no.
whole misconception about, oh, I can't use tretinoin in the summer.
Right,
BS.
right.
I can't use, correctives in the summer. I have to stop. Like so many people. And if you're on here and you disagree with me, I'm sorry. We have our own opinions, but I have the portfolio to back it up. So here we
Hmm.
go. Um, so many people, Paige is not the only one, that started her skincare journey. Like, well, I think you probably started in the summer,
Yeah.
and you continuously, like, you still lived your life, you still played tennis and all those
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
So many people, like, I don't know why people tell people to stop using things that are making your skin act younger when you're subjected to the worst things ever. Like,
Right.
like that's when you need your skin cells to function the right way.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about your lifestyle and what you do and how you've kept your pigment the way that it
Yeah.
is.
So I play tennis, and I play tennis in the summertime probably 3 to 4 days a week, and I'm in the sun.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, it's hot. We're in South Louisiana. It's hot and you're sweating and you can't really reapply sunscreen. I know it's
Mhm.
hard. It's hard too because you're all sweaty and you're
Yeah.
wiping your face with a rag because you're so sweaty. Um, but I'm faithful to my stuff all the time. And I had probably been playing tennis maybe about a year
Mhm.
before, maybe 2 years before I started with you. And
Mhm.
I can remember thinking, oh man, my face is getting really tan. And it wasn't a tan. It was it was pigment. It was pigment.
It was a
Um
tan, just a little
a little
sprinkle of
spotty
tan.
tan. It was a spotty tan. Um but no, I still like literally once we started the pigment protocol within a couple weeks, but for sure within about a month, my pigment was pretty much gone. And
Mhm.
it stayed gone. And I've consistently been in the sun, playing tennis, sweating my behind off. Um, but I'm doing the things. And I
Mhm.
can't even imagine what my skin would look like if I wasn't doing the things
Mhm.
that you want me to do. It would
Yeah.
I'd be really tan, right?
You'd be really tan.
I'd
I
be
mean,
really
in
tan.
your photos, like literally, I think you must wear sunglasses whenever you play.
I
Yeah,
do.
you
Yeah, and
literally
a
can see
visor.
like, yeah, you literally can see like the stripe on your face, like where it's like you had like a suntan mark,
Right?
basically.
Yeah.
So let's tell the truth about does it come back? Because that's what everybody thinks is it does it come back? Well, I'm not changing the fact that you've got damaged skin cells. I'm
Right.
not changing the fact you're
Hmm.
getting older. I'm not changing these things. But just recently we boosted your protocol again because we
Hmm.
started to see a little bit pop up. So
Hmm.
tell me what it's like whenever you do, like when you do see it pop back up, and what it's like whenever we do what I call my little cleanups. Like how
Right.
fast does it clean up, and was it as bad as what it was the first time whenever you do see it pop up? Tell me
Yeah.
about that.
Um, and I'll be honest, and you probably know this, even though I didn't tell you. It probably started creeping up because I slacked a little bit in my things.
But we do. We
We
all
do,
like
right?
we all
I've
do. I
I've been
do. Like it happens.
it happens. And that's really the only time that I've really started to see, well, as much came back that did. And it really wasn't in the grand scheme of things a whole lot, but it was more than the zero that's on my face. And I
Right.
didn't like it.
Right.
But literally I was like, hey, I'm seeing some pigment come back. Let's clean this up. Because I had been on maintenance for a very long time.
Mhm.
And usually we do a little cleanup a couple times a year just because, but
Mhm.
I think I had been on maintenance for a little bit, and it's been, God, 2 weeks. I think just 2 weeks.
Mhm.
It's
It's
pretty
pretty
much
recent.
gone. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
pretty much gone. Because I was looking at pictures this morning and I was like, if I look hard, I can see a couple little things, but it's for
Mhm.
the most part gone. And what's really neat, it's not as bad nearly like the peeling and the redness. None
Mhm.
of the reaction is as bad as it was
Yep.
originally.
Right.
Hmm.
And so that's another thing that I tell people, like, so I always have, I not always, but I do once a month, I do sometimes twice. I do live webinars for new patients. I want to come in, I tell my story,
Hmm.
and I explain pigment. I was an English teacher, so I'm an educator. So I get wordy, and there's nothing that you're not going to know on your protocol. Like, you're going to know
Hmm.
all the things. Um, but I forgot where I was even going with this. I just lost my total train of thought. Oh my gosh.
Maybe
I
the
just
fast turnaround and not as many
Oh
reactions.
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, like the first time that when you first get started with me, I tell you, okay, we're going to strengthen your skin,
Hmm.
and then when we start doing correctives, you're going to peel, itch, sting, burn, flake, be red, feel flush, all the
Hmm.
things, and you're probably going to call me every name in the book. But
Hmm.
like you said,
Hmm.
within a couple of weeks, you start seeing that pigment melt away. So unlike working out, because I've worked out for 2 weeks in a row before and wondered why it wasn't
Right.
firm after that, and it
Right.
was not. Um, Much different than working out. When it comes to the face, what makes it easy whenever you start those correctives is that you do see the results
Hmm.
so fast, and so it's easier to keep going because you see it working. It's not
Yes.
like I have to wait 6 months to see if this is really work. Like, I'm going through all this stuff, and in 6 months, it's going to be another disappointment that I've felt 10 times before you started Spruce. Like, you
Hmm.
start seeing it really, really fast.
Hmm.
And I don't know about you, but most people tell me, like, even that first round of correctives that they're on when they first start with us,
Hmm.
even though they're peeling and red or whatever, people are still telling them, oh my God, your skin looks so good.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
weirdly looks healthy, even though it's peeling and red,
Yeah.
because we are strengthening the skin barrier the entire
Hmm.
time. I am bossy when it comes to the skin. Like, I will not jeopardize I will divorce you. I will,
Yeah.
lose you to the patient, whatever, because I'm not going to jeopardize your barrier. Because
Hmm.
if you start using these actives, and many, many, many people will put you on these actives without all the things because they're scared you're not going to buy all the products that you really need, or,
Yeah.
whatever. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. But if you do not do these things, you're going to cause too much inflammation. And then
Hmm.
if you cause too much inflammation, it's going to go into chronic inflammation, of course, which leads to inflammaging, which is going to give you more pigment, premature aging, all of these you don't want. And it might not happen tomorrow. It
Yeah.
might sneak up with you like later on because you're causing damage, and silent damage is the worst one. I mean, like, I look at
Hmm.
my arms and legs, which are terribly damaged from me laying out on the roof in the 80s with Crisco and iodine and the silver mat and all that.
Hmm.
Like that in the 80s, my skin looked good. My tan looked great.
Hmm.
And even my 20s and early 30s, it didn't start looking like crap until my
Yeah.
40s. So, like, and as we get older, those things are going to show up even faster. But just because you think your skin's good on what you're doing and skipping barrier strength, you don't know what's really happening. Or if you
Hmm.
think that laser's not doing anything bad, you don't know what's happening because it's going to come back and bite you later on. But like Paige was saying, whenever you go back, like if the pigment starts to creep up again, and she just gave a confession online, and a lot of times that is the case. Like, you
Right.
go to treatments and you think, I'm all good, like I can eat this one hamburger, and then,
Hmm.
and then I'm
Right.
gonna stay, whatever. But same thing with, diet and exercise. I'm on maintenance, I'm good. I can start to slack. And then that
Hmm.
when it happens, because the skincare is what's making those skin cells behave a different way. And
Hmm.
so, and with you with the microneedling too, you stop doing that, or you start slacking on that, the skin cell is going to slowly, and sometimes faster, depends on your triggers, but it'll start popping back up. But the good thing
Hmm.
is that if you've mostly followed
Hmm.
your protocol,
Hmm.
as soon as we introduce those correctives again, the skin's like, oh yeah, here we go. And you're
Hmm.
already acclimated to tretinoin, so you're not having to
Right.
acclimate to that again. So it's super, super easy. You're on correctives right now.
Hmm.
I'm sure you're not wearing makeup.
Hmm.
Um, so, I mean, doesn't look bad at all. But it's
No.
easier and easier every time, every time.
And I think the wild thing is the first time, like when I initially started correctives, like you said, even though it was red, even though it was peeling, it just looked so healthy. That's when I stopped wearing foundation.
Hmm.
Like in the trenches of correctives, my skin just still looked good, really
Hmm.
good, and I stopped wearing foundation, and I just never have again.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
I think that I would have to say that I would have to say probably 90. I've never counted, but I don't think hardly any of our patients, once they start correctives, wear foundation again, like
Hmm.
ever. Like I didn't
Hmm.
wear foundation to my son's wedding. Like I just
Yeah.
don't. And if you have to, and if you do wear foundation, like it looks so much better than it did before. Foundation
Right.
on healthy skin
Hmm.
looks a whole lot better than foundation on unhealthy skin for
Yeah.
sure.
Hmm.
What's the first things that you noticed whenever you started correctives?
Um, I feel like everything just looked smooth,
Hmm.
like
Texture.
a filter almost. Like I just
Hmm.
it's blurred.
Hmm.
Everything looks smooth. Um, Even though I was really red, it just still looked very healthy.
Hmm.
And even though it was peeling, there still was a glow, which was
Hmm.
kind of like it doesn't sound like it goes together, like red peeling skin and smooth and
Hmm.
glow, but it
Hmm.
did. And
Hmm.
that was the wild thing.
Yeah, it does. So, if you were to tell anybody or give advice on anyone out there who's on the fence, or I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, but what would you tell them? What would you tell them,
Do
or what
it.
advice would you give
Do
them?
it. You know, there's nothing in this world. I mean, especially as women, look, we're fighting an uphill battle, right? We want to age, we want to look as good as we can, with everything, right? Our health, our bodies, especially when we get into perimenopause and all that.
Mhm.
There's nothing in this world that's going to give you confidence like gorgeous skin. Like
Mhm.
there's just not. I mean, our bodies can be wonderful, our hair can be wonderful, all these things, but gorgeous skin, that's what, like that's the goal. That's the
Mhm.
dream, you know. My skin looks better than it ever did in my 20s or my 30s. Um, and the wild thing is every single year it's better and better. Like you
Mhm.
posted my before and afters earlier, and those were literally when I started
Yeah, yeah.
with you, and like a month or so, a couple, maybe a few months into correctives.
Mhm.
That was a long time ago. Like my skin looks a million times even
I
better
agree.
now
I agree.
than when it was beautiful.
Mhm.
I think that's the shocking thing. It just still continues to get better and better and better. And I get stopped all the time. Like people will literally stop me all the time and ask about my makeup. I'm like, boo, I'm not wearing makeup. Flawless skin for life. But
Yeah.
they'll ask me about my complexion. They'll ask me about my skin, and like I can never shout enough what a game changer it is. Like you
Mhm.
don't even realize what you give to us. Like you have no idea. I mean, you do because you've done it for yourself, but what I want people to understand, you have no idea how much it's going to show up in every other area of your life,
Mhm.
which sounds wild, but it's not. I mean, you, when you have confidence, everything is better, right? When you're
Mhm.
just confident, you're more successful, you're more, you just are in every area of your life. And when you have confidence that just radiates through your face because your skin is beautiful and healthy and flawless, and you know it and the world can see it, like there's not anything else that can do that for you.
I
And
agree.
so it's time. If you're looking, it's time. It's past
Mhm.
time. Do it. Just do it.
For our impatient people who come in for the very first time, like, and I'm like, okay, it's time for your mugshot. And so we go stand up against the door or whatever, my black door, and and you can just like, it's like cringe, like they just don't want
Right.
to do it. But
Yeah.
then like after, I don't know, I feel like I literally see it in their eyes and just their mannerism, just like, just everything changes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next times they're coming in, I've seen that time and time again, just the confidence and just overall, just attitude and just everything. And
Mm-hmm.
what I also see it like feeding into other things. And so people who come in, that I've had people like where I have their before picture and I'm like, I can't even post your after picture because nobody's gonna believe that you're the same person.
Right.
Like you started exercising, you
Yeah.
started, like
Yeah.
doing different things with your hair. Like there's so many things, and this is before GLP-1s were even a thing. Like I know people
Yeah.
lose weight fast now because of that, but I mean like literally people started. I see people start to go to the gym and they start to eat better, and because you start seeing that little bit of just like improvement in your life, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
you want more, of course, but it's easier to do more because you start see, your confidence just starts going up and it
Yeah.
just kind of gives you hope for everything else. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's always a beautiful thing to see too.
Mm-hmm.
So how often do you microneedle? Are you monthly or every other month?
Um, I think I'm about like every 6 to 7 weeks. I try to stretch it.
You
Um,
probably don't need it as much anymore. I mean, at first, what I usually tell
no,
people for in clinic is to come in monthly. I mean, if I had all my wishes and dreams come true, you would come in monthly for a year because it does take time.
it
And
does.
microneedling is the most underestimated treatment out there because it's the least profitable. I'm being very, very honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that we do. We do hundreds per month. I mean, years ago, I counted. We pulled a report of how many sessions I had done. I had done over 30,000 sessions when I was in the clinic by myself,
Mm-hmm.
years ago. I was doing 30 to 40 with two assistants per
Mm-hmm.
day. Like that's just what we do. But and I keep thinking like, okay, we're gonna have to like one day it's gonna be something else better than microneedling. But I have yet to see anything out there
Mm-hmm.
that can outshine it. Like never. And radio frequency is not the same thing as microneedling. Not at all. It works by heat. It does not lead to cellular rejuvenation. It works totally different. And if you're thinking about that, or if you're doing that, and again, I'll probably providers on here that aren't liking what I'm saying, but I tell it how it is. Do your homework because there are so many plastic surgeons and different doctors speaking out against that. And I have so many patients that have come to me that have pigment from Morpheus or radio.
Mm-hmm.
Morpheus, I guess, is the brand from radio frequency. Or they have the chicken skin or scarring or fat loss in the face. So fat loss in the butt is a great thing. Fat loss in the face is not a great thing. And so really, really think about these things. But microneedling works, but it works because it has that building effect. And so one treatment is going to increase your collagen production by up to 300 times, and it continues to work for 4 months. And so when
Mm-hmm.
you go to treatment two, treatment one's still working, and treatment three, one and two are still working. So you have that building effect. And
Mm-hmm.
now that we have the exosomes and the PDRN and the glutathione add-on, did you
I'm
get that the
excited.
other? Did you get it?
I haven't come yet. I had
Oh,
just gone right before you got it, so I'm getting it the next time I come. Though I'm excited.
you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I'm
But
like, just
those of
take
you who
all
are
my money.
virtual,
Just
what?
take all my money.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Look, you've given me this. It's worth it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But those patients that are virtual, we have thousands of virtual patients, and the majority of them don't go to get any in-person treatments
Mm-hmm.
at all because the skincare can do what the treatments are doing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the skincare protocols are a little bit more lengthy than our in-clinic patients, but you definitely can get results. And then if you want to get microneedling locally, I like for you to wait until maintenance just because everybody microneedles differently. Pens are different, that kind of thing. We have our own pen. But it's not just a pen, it's two people can have the same brand pen. One can be older than the other, so it's going to run different pressure technique, and not everybody knows how to microneedle the right way. And I'll be honest, back in 2012 when I started, I thought the bloodier the better and the harsher. I mean, I let people leave with some bloodbaths. You know, we thought that was what was the best thing.
Right.
And so if you're on correctives and you're doing that, then you're going to cause too much inflammation, and we don't want that to happen. So I want you to wait until maintenance to do that. And we have we have some things coming up pretty soon that I think a lot of people are going to be super excited about too. So for virtuals, who want to do something like that.
Mhm.
But anyway, yeah, let's see if we have any questions. How long does it take to see results in the corrective phase? Okay, so everybody's different. If you follow my protocol, it okay, I'm really good at this. I'm just gonna say I always tell Paige has heard me say this a million times. I suck at a whole lot of things in life, but I am really good at this. I
Yes.
don't know why. It's a gift from God. I have no idea what happened to me. It just turned into a gift. Um, so typically within the corrective phase, within the first 2 weeks, the pigment starts melting off
Mhm.
fast. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it's all going to be gone. It depends if you have and I've seen melasma go away completely in a month. I'm talking deep melasma for several
Mhm.
patients. It just everybody's triggers are different, and everybody's diets, health, your habits. I mean, all the things matter. So some people it takes, but I would say that if you're following my protocol exactly, um, I would have to say probably 90 to 95% of people are pigment free within the first 4 to 6 weeks. Now I keep you on correctives a little bit longer because I want to make sure that we got it. And
Mhm.
then we go into titration and maintenance. Not everybody is on HQ. We do use HQ in a lot of our protocols. If you're virtual, we have dermatologists, multiple dermatologists in every single state that are overseeing that. We have our own RX products. We've had our own RX products, since like November-ish. We just started with
And
our
they're
own RX.
amazing because I just started on those and I'm like, where have these suckers been?
I know they are amazing. Yeah, they are. I'm kind of
Mhm.
obsessed with them. I was nervous about coming up with my own thing, but yeah, I think
The
everybody's
reaction,
loving
there's so much less reaction from it,
it. Mhm.
I find, but still the results are there.
The results and the results were there before, like, so
They were
whatever you did
correct.
before was great too, like, and
Right.
100%, like if I were training people
Mhm.
again, I would tell them 100, I would be 100% confident in giving them that protocol and
Right.
saying it will work. We just moved to this for different reasons, but yeah, and then, so again, not everybody's on HQ, but we will tell you what we think is best. And
Mhm.
if you're one person, if you're somebody that wants to be HQ free completely, and I think that HQ is going to give you your best result, I'm going to tell you, I think HQ is going to give you your best result, but I'm happy to lead you another way. And yes, I'm confident you're still going to get better results with us than anybody else. I'm just that confident. But I'm also going to set your expectations to, like, you're not going to get them as good as what you came here for. So it's
Mhm.
not, you have to trust them. And as far as the HQ, we use half of the dosage of the industry standard. We watch you like a hawk. We don't just get, like, most of the HQ that's given out there is like, here's your HQ, especially if it's online. Here's your HQ. It's usually 12%, pretty high, and you're just on auto refill. And nobody's worrying about what else you're doing.
Mhm.
Like, are you using skin strengthening products? Like, what kind of shape is your barrier in? Like, to be able to tolerate this 12% HQ and the tretinoin or whatever else they're giving you. Like, so first of all, you're probably not going to be very consistent because it's going to be held on through it without strengthening your barrier. But we are watching you, like, you are checking in with us every 4 to 8 weeks, depending on how I want that protocol to work. And
Mhm.
you have access to us all the time. So we have our
Mhm.
own custom software, and you have access to chat with us at any time. And we're pretty darn responsive, pretty fast within the first,
Very.
yeah, most of the time within the first day. If not, it's going to be the next day. that we answer you. So, and it's not just an AI answer. It's like we're looking at your history, we're looking at your protocol, we're telling you exactly what to do. And if we need to call you, we're going to call you. I've left the restaurant several times, calling people and saying, "What are you doing? Let's do this and that. We'll suggest this right now because this is, whatever." So we're very, very, very much on top of this. Your skin is my skin, and I say that all the time. And I mean that. You're my walking billboard, and I just like this is very personal to me. And I went through it for 3 years before I figured out how to fix my own skin. And I know what it's like. And if I had had that guidance, like I wish I had that guidance, whenever. And I think that is so important for everything. Let me see if I see any other questions. What HQ is hydroquinone. That is what is going to basically calm down the melanocytes, basically kind of put them to sleep. I don't do HQ like everyone else does either. So typically people will mix HQ and a tretinoin, like a compound together, or just use it by itself. I don't do it that way at all. My protocols are totally different than that. Do I put together everyone's protocol? Yes. So yes, every single protocol that goes out. So basically the way that this happens, so at first, like when I first started virtual, I just made up virtuals one day. Like I was getting requests from all over the world whenever I started posting our pictures, and I was like, okay, I can help some people, whatever. This is before we had our doctors in every state, and so I would, basically kind of started like literally like on GroupMe, which I would die if I like that would be a disaster with our patients right now. I can't even think about that. But so I would give protocols, and then like the RX stuff, they would just have to go locally. I would tell them to go get, the HQ locally to a clinic near them or whatever. I would tell them how to do it. But now, since I've been doing this so long, I have, and I'll let you know that my protocols are continuously changing. Like I'm always learning something new, like every day, because I work with so many different people around the world. And so I'm not just working with people with lighter skin or people with darker skin. Like it's all nationalities, it's all environments, and all these things matter. And so I am learning more and more every single day, and I'm not ashamed. I'm like, if I weren't, I would be not doing our patients any justice. So I am adjusting protocols, but I have protocols for every single skin type, every single step that you're on, every single, I have SOPs, which is basically standard operating procedures for every single instant that can happen. So if this patient fell off the wagon and they have this kind of skin type, this is what you do. If this patient is breaking out, this is what you do. If this patient, whatever it may be, like literally we have this very, very sophisticated system where our practitioners know exactly what to do. And it's Dawn's protocol. It's my protocol. If every one of my practitioners gave their own protocol, then they wouldn't be Spruce protocols. They would be all kind of protocols, right? And then if there's ever a case where something's completely new and we don't have that in place, like then it gets escalated to me and I adjust it personally. So yes, every single protocol that comes is coming from me specifically. Let's see. Are you going to go over AM and PM skincare protocols? Okay, so I am not going to go over AM and PM protocols because that would take me forever, and then I would be giving medical advice on Instagram Live, and I don't know your skin at all. So I'm not going to be doing that. Plus, I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to give out my secret sauce online either.
No, don't do that.
But I mean, I will tell you that I did train, and I've got a group. The last time I did training, I trained a group of like 60 people, and I gave my exact protocols. I kept nothing, and I still have people message me and saying, I just can't get your protocols. And I'm telling you, it's because it's the guidance. Like the guidance is so much a part of that. Like, because I literally said step by step, this is what I do step one for this skin type. This is what I do for this one, like literally like everything. So I think it's just, I think it's because this is what we do. And customer service is such a big part of it. It's such a big part of it. and just having that support. I want to come get microneedling with you. Just let us know. And if you want, if you're local and like you're like, I don't know if I want to do it virtual, because you can do it virtual if you're local. I don't know if you want to, if I want to do it virtual or if I want to come in. I'll tell you that our locals like coming in. They
Hmm.
just do. I have very few locals that are virtuals just because it is. I mean, they're able to come in. They don't have to take their own pictures. They don't have to fill out the forms. They come in face to face, you know, that kind of thing. But you can come in for microneedling and we're going to consult with you at that same time and you can start membership. You don't have to start membership. You can microneedle with us for 6 months and you can never do membership at all. And I'm just going to suggest that you're at least on skin strengthening protocol. If you do not do the skincare protocols with the microneedling, don't expect the same results that you see on Instagram.
Hmm.
Expect results. You're going to get great results, but don't expect the same level if you're not going to do the whole thing. Um, and also, what I wanted to say too, and I know I've said this before, is that if you, we do treat all pigment is my baby. Like that's it happened to me. I was, the laser caused pigment for me. I didn't have pigment before, and so it's very. I know how it feels to be have your face and like discolored, and I also know what it feels like to be let down time and time again. But whenever we're treating the skin, we're basically training those skin cells to act and to think and act like they're younger. So everything is changing about your skin.
Hmm.
So it's going to be more resilient to breakouts. It's going to be more resilient to rosacea. It's going to, your fine lines and wrinkles are going to be softened. Your texture is going to change. Your whole skin tone is going to change. You can see it in every single before and after picture that I've posted.
Hmm.
Everything changes about your skin. People tell me all the time I have to get less and less Botox. Still get it. It's not. I am not going to tell you that if you're not going to have to get Botox. Like if you like your head frozen like mine, I like my head frozen. It's been frozen since I was 32. I'm just saying, and I'm
Hmm.
53 now. I don't even know what it looks like to move. But but I can tell you that I get it a lot less than I used to. I
Hmm.
used to be, in my 30s, every couple of months, 52 units. Like I was in there like clockwork. And now I am a couple of times a year and I don't get 52 units anymore. Like I just don't. So like your Botox and everything lasts longer because your skin's stronger and plus you don't notice the wrinkles as much anymore when your skin's healthy. So you don't feel like you need it. When your skin texture is bad and your tone's bad and you've got pigment and it's just crepey and dry and all those things, like you notice the wrinkles a whole lot more. And when the skin is supple and full of vitality, those wrinkles just look like, like we're supposed to look. We're supposed to have some wrinkles, right?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be frozen. But so anyway, there's that. I elaborate a lot. Sorry, you guys. Um, I'm really a shy person unless
Unless
we
we're
start
talking
talking about,
about skin,
unless I'm
right?
talking about this. Let's see. Let me see people are join.
And I will
Um,
say too, I love that you just tell it like it is, right?
yeah, I do.
I think that's one of my favorite things about you because it's a good and bad thing, right? You're going to tell us this is what you're going to expect if you're doing these things. If you're not doing these things, you're really wasting your time and money. And I can appreciate that. And I think that that also helps you to do what you're supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
because you know the results will come if you're doing it. Um, but I also love just that you set that expectation like, hey, if you want to go slower, we can go slower. This is just what you're going to see. You're still going to have results, but we could go this way or we can go this way. It's up to you. But
Mm-hmm.
these are your expectations. And I love that because not everybody does that. Everybody wants to promise you the world and
Mm-hmm.
not deliver.
Yeah, I am. I'm not for the faint of heart. I am very upfront. I do tell it how it is, but
Mhm.
and if I didn't, then I would just be doing you. I would be wasting your time and money.
Mhm.
If I were to tell you like, oh, it's okay, you don't have to do all these products or whatever, um, or you can skip this or you're not going to get the results, and you're going to end up mad at me. Like we
Yeah.
didn't get all 5-star reviews and all of these results because I just told people what they wanted to hear. Like it's it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And I know, first of all, I know just by looking at your skin. So if you come in person and you come in and I see where your skin doesn't, I mean, because I know what it should look like every phase. I know, my practitioners know. And I also know by purchase history as well. Like, so I can see, like, so if you come in and I'm like, something's not right. And then you swear to me up and down that you're using all of your products, but you have a product that's only supposed to last 3 months and you haven't bought it in 6, unless Jesus is sprinkling pumps in there, it's just not working. I mean, you're not doing it right. Like, and so I will have people sometimes tell me, like, I have all these products. I'm like, great, because you didn't use them. That's why. So you have just wasted all your time and money because
Right.
you can have results already. So
Mm-hmm.
like, don't get a product if you're not going to use it the right way, because it's just not going to work. Um, and it's not cheap. It's not cheap. It's not. I'm just being honest. It's not cheap. Now we try to make it attainable and affordable for for people to be able to maintain, because we are able to offer such great promotions for our members. Um, but it's medical grade skincare, and if you're virtual, it's taking the place of treatments.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take that into consideration. If you're looking for something that's going to be, $89 a month for these spot creams, I'm going to tell you right now, I would be willing to bet anything that if you try that spot cream for $89 a month, it is not going to work.
You're
It's
gonna
not
get
going to.
you're gonna get $89 a month results, which is not what
You
you
are, because that kind of skincare is not medical grade.
want.
It's not going through all the testing, so that's properly micronized and going through all the skin layers. It's just sitting on top of the skin, which actually causes more inflammation, because then those skin cells, the epidermis, can no longer communicate with the dermal level. And so without communication, just like no communication in marriage or friendship, whatever it may be, your skin layers, it ends up into a disaster, and you end up with more problems. So you have to be on you have to do the things. Um, let's see. I also love it when last week we had somebody come in, and when people slip off, like they're like scared, like when they see me in the clinic, because I'm not always in the clinic, so they like hear my voice or whatever,
Like,
and
oh
they like
no.
they get in the chair, and it's like confession, like
Like,
it's like you're okay, it's okay, but I'd rather you be honest with me.
yeah.
I had someone not long ago tell me, she's like, I had ChatGPT instead of messaging y'all. I was like, huh? But I was so glad that she told me what she did,
Right.
because I was able to fix it quickly. If you
Yes.
don't tell me or tell us, then we're guessing what you
Mm-hmm.
did. And then it's going to take us that much longer to fix it. If you just tell me, I did this, I'm like, okay, I know how to fix it quickly. So it's really, really important that you're always transparent and tell us this. Um, I'm in Florida and I will drive and fly. Well, okay, if you're in Florida and you will fly and drive, I mean, I've had people, I mean, when I went to California and recently when I went to Antioch, people flew in for the day to come and see me. Like I have a lot of people who drive hours to come and see us in person. And I'm okay with that. But my suggestion for you is to start off as virtual, because you
Mm-hmm.
really don't have to. So like,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to, you definitely can. But before you invest in driving over to see us, I would definitely, because the virtual option is there, I would definitely start virtual, and you can always come in and microneedle, whenever you want to, or that kind of thing. But that's my suggestion. Um, I do treat the neck and deck as well if you want to, but I always tell people to start with your face first, because whenever you start, like I'll tell you, like when I first got my microneedling pen way back in the day, and I was still numbing at the time, I numbed my whole body one night and started needling. I didn't make it through. My life, like we all want it all, right? We all want it all right away. And so I want you to make sure that this is right for you. I want you to make, because we are so different than everybody else. So I want you to make sure that like you're going to do it. And that's, that you might be with us in a month and say, I can't stand that girl, I am not working with her. Like that might be the case, and that's okay. But don't come in investing in all of it. I always tell people when they start that first protocol, because in that first protocol, like we're always going to tell you the optional products, the anti-aging products that you want to add. Like if you want to add them, we tell you where to add them. You can add them anytime. You never have to add them if you don't want to. We're going to tell you what's required, what's optional. But I always say, especially in that first protocol, don't have the optionals. Like just get the minimum required. You're going to get results and see if you're going to be consistent. And if you are, then but every single protocol, I do give an option on what to do for neck and neck, but I always just suggest to wait and do the face, see if you're going to do it, and then go from there. As far as the body, I get questions about the body all the time. Look, my arms and legs are so ugly. Like they're so ugly from sun damage. Like it's just I've just accepted it. Like they're so full of hyper and hypo, and I have access to all the things. I don't, you know how long it would take me to do like my entire body, like with products, and how much products it would take. Because you can't just use this one product. And it's not just a quick spot treat. It's not like you're going to have demarcation. It's not going to work. And so I have much simpler protocols for the body. That's literally just only 2 products. And is it going to get rid of your pigment like it does on your face? No, but it does make it look a heck of a lot better if you're consistent. So that's just my suggestion for body. I know if I'm not going to do it myself, how can I expect patients to do it? And it would be so expensive.
Yeah.
Do you have a list of preferred estheticians by state? No. I mean, I could probably, I know reps all over in states for the skincare brands I work with. I could probably get a recommendation, but I personally don't. Um, I know some that I've personally trained that I could recommend. Um, but I don't. I'm sorry. But I'll tell you, you don't need facials. You don't need a hydrofacial. I've got 3 of them. I should talk it up. They're expensive machines, and nothing cleans. And there's no facial like a hydrofacial. Nothing cleans your pores like a hydrofacial. And some of our patients like to get them before microneedling every time. I don't like to offer it as a solo service because I think you get so much more out of microneedling. But a regular facial, regular things like that, like you don't need it unless you just want to go in and feel good. And I could tell you, because I do tell our patients how I do it, just in general. But if you go in and you tell an esthetician or a nurse practitioner or whoever's doing microneedling how to do their job, it's not going to go over well. It's not.
No.
It's not. And then, everybody disagrees with everybody else because that person, and surprisingly, I do have, actually today, I had somebody tell me their esthetician referred them to me. I've had that several times, but a lot of times they're just going to say, they're going to disagree, even doctors or whatever, but, so, yeah. I mean, for me, I just say look for somebody who's not super aggressive. That's what I say, and that they're using a reputable pen, not a doctor pen, not a, they actually are using a reputable pen. And ask to see their work. Have they been doing it a long time? That kind of thing. Do they have a portfolio? And not just partial pictures of face, like the whole face. Like, can you see their work? I think that might be all of our questions. Also, some exciting news for people who are kind of on the fence. I've been asked over and over, to sell our products online. We don't have right now. All of our products are just on our private member portal, and I don't sell to the general public. And with that being said, we're still the largest accounts in the United States. So that tells you how much skincare that goes to show you kind of like how many patients we have and how well this really works. We have decided, because I've had so many requests, to open up my public online store again. So it will not be RX products. And we can give some like general support for just a skin strengthening protocol for those who want. So that could be like if you want to kind of like tiptoe in a little bit, that could be a way to kind of tiptoe in. Or if you just want the non-RX products, those are going to be available by Thursday. Actually, I'm doing a live. I'm doing a live actually on Thursday with Jackie, my Hydrinity rep. She is absolutely freaking amazing. All my reps are amazing, and so yeah, Thursday at 7:30, and she'll have you laughing. I promise you, she's quite entertaining and very, very knowledgeable. She's actually on here. I just saw her name on here. She's actually on here right now. So I'll be doing a little bit of a little bit more education on the products that we have in our portfolio. And our products that all of our members are on. But if you want the results that I post, 100%, you have to be guided. You're not going to get any other way. You're not. Even through maintenance, people who quit at maintenance, some people have been maintaining for a while and then they quit and then they end up back. And I think it's also just accountability. I think accountability is a big part of it too. Just like somebody holding you accountable.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, so yeah, that we have quite a few new little things coming up for our public online site. And if I missed any questions, feel free to DM me. You can also text our patient line and just let them know that who do I recommend for Botox in your area? I don't want to say any names.
I feel like
I will.
everybody has their preference, you know.
Yeah, everybody has their preference, and I go to two different people. I do see someone local, and I do see someone also in New York. He comes to New Orleans once a month, so I do see him as well. But this is what I'll say, and this is what I've learned over the years with Botox, because I did all the bargain Botox back in the day. Is don't get bargain Botox. Like, don't get bargain Botox. And
Mm-mm.
make sure whoever you go to is like really knowledgeable, especially like the older that you get,
Mm-hmm.
because you're actually just like changing the way, like, so you're paralyzing muscle. So it's going to change different things about your face and you're going to start looking like a freak. So if you're not going to the right person
Yeah.
who really knows what to do, yeah, and look at their work and that kind of stuff too. But yeah, if you if you DM me, I'll tell you who I go to locally, but I won't say it like on here. Can you break out why you own correctives? Okay, so if you are acne prone, you will purge. If anyone tells you that you can skip the dreaded purge, they are freaking lying and they don't know what they're talking about. If there's anything, if you are acne prone and you've got underlying, I call underlying gunk, and you don't make it purge out, you'll never have a healthy skin barrier. And if you don't have a healthy skin barrier, you'll never have healthy skin. Like, there's no magic wand that just like gets rid of all the crap underneath your skin. Like, where does it go? It has to come out. And then if you are acne prone, acne comes from within. I'm not solving your acne problem, and nobody in this industry is solving your acne problem. But what we do is make the skin stronger and treat the symptoms. And so I'll tell you is that the majority of our patients, they do get to a point to where they break out a lot less, and some have to stop breaking out altogether. Now,
I used to be pretty acne prone and not
yeah,
anymore.
yeah. And Sasha's on here. Sasha was on with me last week. She is acne prone, and I will tell you, like she said, it's hard. It is hard, and it's hard to trust if you're acne prone. But it is it is worth it. It is worth it whenever you stick with it. I've got quite a few people that can vouch for that. Okay, so have any questions after this? Because I don't like the lives to be too long, because then people they're just too long to watch afterwards. So I'm going to type in our number, our text line. Of course, my staff is not working right now, but they will answer tomorrow and just say, I was on Dawn's live last night. This is my question. They will give me that question and I will answer you. I do have a conference the next few days, so I might be a little slower at answering it, but I will answer you if you have any questions. If you want to DM me, I do get a lot of DMs, so I don't catch all of them. Like a lot of DMs, especially with our ads running a lot. So if I miss your DM, like the easiest thing to do really is to text us, and my team is super, super responsive. So thank you, Paige, so much for always being willing to share your story.
Of course.
And she's on our YouTube testimonies. Were you in Times Square too?
I was.
You were.
I was. I forgot about that.
I, I forgot about it too. So Paige has been with her for a while, and her skin is still clear. Like she said, she still does her thing. And as long as you follow your protocol and you keep your skin healthy and you're consistent, it works. It works like a charm. So you guys have a good night. Thank you for joining us. And thanks so much, Paige.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.